The grandfather's clock in Tile the woodcutter's house said it was 8. His two little children, Tiltil and Mittel, were still sleeping in their beds. Mummy Tile stood looking at them, with her hands on her hips and her apron tucked up. She laughed and scolded at the same time. "I can't let them sleep until noon," she said. "Come on, wake up, little lazy ones." But it didn't help to shake them, kiss them, or pull off their blankets. They still lay back on their pillows, with noses in the air, mouths open, eyes closed, and pink cheeks. At last, Mummy Till gave Tiltil a soft push in the ribs. He opened one eye and said, "What? Light? Where are you?" "No, don't go. Light," said Mummy Tile, laughing. "Yes, of course it's light. It has been light for a long time. What's wrong with you? You look like you can't see." "Mummy, Mummy," said Tiltil, rubbing his eyes. "It's you." "Of course it's me. Why do you look at me like that? Is my nose upside down?" He was very happy. He had not seen his mummy for a long time, and he kissed her again and again. Mummy Tile started to worry. What was wrong? Her son was talking about a long trip with the fairy, water, milk, sugar, fire, bread, and light. He said he was gone for a year. "But you never left the room," cried Mummy Tile. "I put you to bed last night and now it's morning. It's Christmas Day, because I went away a year ago on Christmas Eve. Are you angry? Were you very sad? What did Daddy say?" "You're still dreaming," said Mummy Till. "Get up and put on your pants and jacket." "Huh, I already have my shirt on," said Tiltil. He jumped up, knelt on the bed, and began to get dressed. Mummy Tile looked at him with worry. Tiltil kept talking. "Ask Mittel if you don't believe me. Oh, we had so many adventures. We saw Grandad and Granny, yes. In the land of memory, it was on the way. They are dead, but they're doing well, right? Mytel?" Now Mytel woke up and started to help her brother tell the story of their grandparents and the fun they had. This was too much for Mummy Tile. She ran to the cottage door and shouted to her husband, who was working near the forest. "Oh no! Oh no!" she cried. "I'll lose them like I lost the others. Come, please come quickly." Daddy Tile came in with his axe. He listened to his wife and the two children talking about their adventures and asking what he had done during the year. "You see," said Mummy Tile, crying, "they've lost their minds. Something bad will happen. Go get the doctor." But Daddy Tile didn't worry. He kissed the children, lit his pipe, and said they looked fine. There was no need to hurry. Just then, someone knocked at the door. It was their neighbor, a little old woman with a stick. She looked just like the fairy Berry Loon, who couldn't hear well, didn't notice what they said, and spoke to Mummy Tile. "I came to ask for a little fire for my Christmas stew. It's very cold this morning. Good morning, children." He was happy to see the old fairy again, but what would she say if he had not found the bluebird? He stood up bravely and said, "Fairy Berry Loon, I couldn't find the bluebird." "What is he saying?" asked the neighbor, confused. Said Tiltil, looking at her. "She's the fairy Berry Loon. Berry." "What?" asked the neighbor. "Berry Loon," said Tiltil. "Berlingot," said the neighbor. "You mean Berlingot." Tiltil was surprised by her sure voice. He said, "Berryun or Berlingo, as you like, ma'am. But I know what I'm saying. Daddy Tile was getting tired of this. I'll give them a little smack." "Don't do that," said the neighbor. They were just dreaming. Asked about the neighbor's daughter. "She's not well," said the neighbor. "She can't get up. The doctor says it's her nerves, but I know what would make her better. This morning she said she wanted it for her Christmas gift." She paused, looked at Tiltil, sighed, and said, "But what can I do? It's just a wish she has." Everyone stayed quiet. They all knew what she meant. Her daughter always said she would get better if Tyltyl gave her his dove. But he loved it too much to give it away. Well, said Mummy Tile, won't you give your bird to the poor little girl? She always wanted it. My bird, cried Tyltyl, putting his hand to his head. My bird. I forgot about him. And the cage. My Tile, do you see the cage? It's the one Bread carried. Yes, it's the same one. There it is. Tyltyl couldn't believe it. Surprised, wow, he's blue, he said, shouting. It's the bluebird we were looking for. We went far, far away, and he was here all the time. At home? Amazing. My Tile, look. What would Light say? Here, Madame Berlingot, take him quickly to your daughter. While he spoke, Mummy Tile cried and held her husband. You see, you see? She held her hands together and thanked him again and again. When Tyltyl gave her the bird, she hugged him and cried with joy. You're giving it to me? Just like that? Oh, how happy she'll be. I'm going. I'll come back to tell you what she says. Yes, go fast, said Tyltyl. Because some birds change color, neighbor Berlingot ran out. Tyltyl shut the door and looked around the house. He said, Daddy, Mummy, what did you do to the house? It's the same, but much prettier. His parents looked at each other confused. Tyltyl said, everything is new and clean. Look at the forest outside. It looks so big and beautiful. But you, dear children who followed the story, now understand. The fairy gave Tyltyl a magic gift in his dream. He learned to see the beauty around him. He became brave and kind. While he searched for the bluebird to help the little girl, he also learned to help others. He saw many amazing places and opened his heart to life. Tyltyl was right to think everything looked better. Now that his heart was full of love, everything seemed more beautiful. Tyltyl kept walking around the house. He spoke kindly to the bread, went to Tylô and praised him for fighting in the forest. My Tile petted Tylette, the cat, and said, Hello, Tylette. You remember me, but you don't talk now. Then Tyltyl touched his head and said, Hey, the diamond is gone. Who took my green hat? Never mind, I don't need it. Oh, there's fire. Good morning, sir. Good morning, water. Good morning. So am I, said Mytyl. The two children held hands and ran around the kitchen. Mummy Tile felt a little better when she saw them so happy. Daddy Tile laughed and ate his porridge. You see, they are pretending to be happy, he said. But he didn't know that the children were not pretending. Their dream had taught them to be truly happy, which is a hard lesson. I like Light the best, said Tyltyl to Mytyl, standing near the window. You can see her through the trees. Tonight she'll be in the lamp. Oh, how lovely everything is. How glad I feel. He stopped and listened. Everyone listened too. They heard happy voices getting closer. It's her voice, shouted Tyltyl. Let me open the door. It was the little girl, the neighbor's daughter, with her mother. Look at her, said Goody Berlingot. She can run, dance, fly. It's a miracle. When she saw the bird, she jumped like this. She jumped around, nearly falling. The children clapped and everyone laughed. The little girl stood in the kitchen in her white nightdress. She looked surprised to be on her feet after being sick so long. She smiled and hugged the dove. Said Mytyl. Yes, but she'll grow, said Tyltyl. The three children tried to feed the bird. The parents felt calm and smiled at them. Tyltyl was shining with joy. Dear children, I won't lie, the bird hadn't really changed color. But Tyltyl was so happy he saw it as bright blue. That's because he learned Light's big secret: we find happiness by giving it to others. But then something happened. Everyone got scared. The children screamed. The parents ran to the door. The bird had escaped. He was flying away fast. My bird, cried the little girl. Till ran upstairs and came back smiling. It's okay. Don't cry. He's still in the house. We'll find him. He kissed the little girl, who smiled again through her tears. You'll catch him again, won't you? She asked. Yes, said Till. Now I know where he is. Dear children, now you also know where the bluebird is. The fairy didn't tell the children, but she showed them how to find happiness by being good and kind. If she had told them at the start, go home. The bluebird is in your house with your parents who love you, they would not have believed her. Till would have said, what? The bluebird? My dove is gray. Happiness at home? With Mummy and Daddy? No way. Home is boring. We want big adventures. And he and Mitail would still have gone. Because truth means nothing if we don't learn it ourselves. It's easy to say wise things, but it takes a whole life to understand them. Only our own experience teaches us. We each must look for happiness. We must work hard and feel sad sometimes before we learn to enjoy the simple and perfect joys close to our hearts.